Hello and welcome to a new episode of Turbo Tuesday. Let's bring some chaos to the Dueling Book ladder and try to pull some wins. As always, there's nothing more from me. Let's get to the video. Alright, back at Turbo. Against King Mar. Welcome to the video. I'm kind of behind in so many cool Turbo matches I had the last times. So every time you see something, it will be like, I don't know, 6 weeks behind or so, but that's fine. So I can easily make weekly Turbo Tuesday videos. So that was one of my goals, to have just a safe Tuesday with content. Pretty cool, really like it. I hope to, like, it's not safe that it will be every Tuesday, but looks now like it will be, so let's see. But enough talking. They start with a reasoning. I mostly say 8. I hate to say 4 because like most of the time it's a demark or something else and I don't really care about the crane. I know the ratios are higher, so the chances are higher, but I don't give a damn. So it looks like machine gate, maybe. Another reasoning, I think we call 6 here. Okay, it's Horus gate. So maybe I had a read here, but I thought it's machine gate, so I called 6 because of like Gatling, not Gatling, like blowback dragon, Jinso. You got some 6s there. Unfortunately, they had the Prima, but turn 1. Getting all on board is usually unusual. We draw to Thunder Dragon. I think here we set the Night Assailant because we don't want them to summon the level 8, because that would be pretty bad. With the Night Assailant we can get rid of the Horus. I'm just thinking, okay, I was just thinking if they attack into the Night Assailant and we pop it, if they can still summon the level 8, but you have to send this face-up card to grave in the end phase. So, okay, we decided to set the Spy. Okay, we have the Regeki break and they can't destroy it in end phase, so it should be fine. We can get rid of the Horus at least. And maybe have some advantages with the Night Assailant later. So, knock against the Spy. That's fine, actually. Or it's not the end of the world, I think. They set 1 card, and I think they will attack. Okay, the Fear Mirror Force. I think in a deck like this, you really wanna just attack. But I never played Reasoning, I think. Well, I think at least not on Dueling Book. Maybe I played it once, but I'm not sure. Or I just played it on Dueling Book maybe once or twice, but that's like the deck I never played. So we get rid of the Horus, we draw into Magician of Faith. I think here, yeah, we want to get rid of the Fusilier. I think I didn't want to activate Jar of Greed because they have maybe a Decree. And I think I wanted to chain it when they flip Decree maybe. So with the Night Assailant we can get rid of the Fusilier and get a Dark Engrave. Usually I would have said let's set the Magician of Faith, but we don't have the best targets, so I think that was fine. Here we, well, the knock is useless anyways. Maybe we activate Storm and chain Jar. I don't know if that's... yeah, I think that's the play. It's a scapegoat. That was the other possibility in my head. Into pot, very nice, so we have a good Marth target. I also realized you kind of see almost every like ladder match I do here on Turbo Tuesday because wow, okay. Because like I really enjoy playing Turbo these days, and on my Construct account, I like 95% I just play Turbo. So now here we are at 222 elo, and I think now at the moment right now we are at like 500. So you see how many weeks we are back on the videos, but I like that. So we can watch the elo match for match and see how high we were in that situation. So pot into Grace, awesome. Sangan, Breaker, BLS, very good. BLS is live, but with the scapegoats, yeah, get rid of Thunder Dragon definitely, and maybe the Koichi. I think I'd rather have a Sangan than a Koichi. We could go like super aggressive, summon Sangan, summon BLS, or set the Faith to recycle the Graceful. We decided to summon Sangan. The Grace would be even better if we had like a Sinister Serpent. Maybe we can have a use of Tsukiyomi, which we maybe can search out by Sangan. So they have a Monster Gate, there comes the Blowback, so looks like kind of a mix from Machines and Horus. I think they will activate the effect. Checking the graves. Yeah. Well, Blowback fails like 80% of the time. Shoutouts to Cup. Okay, they hit the Sangan. We search out, I think, Serp or maybe Tsukiyomi. Yeah, Tsukiyomi is the right thing here, I think. Could have some cool loops with the BLS or the Faith. I'm glad we waited with the BLS. That would have been like way too risky. I think, okay, Snatch is gone, but you really want to have BLS as an answer. Tribe. Okay, Tribe is hilarious here. So I think we Tribe the Scapegoats and then summon BLS. Go in for damage, or we summon BLS. Attack over the Blowback and set it, but I think, yeah, that's better. Summoning Tribe. We don't really need the Breaker here. Okay, we decided to go after the Blowback. Yeah, go for BLS. Attack with the Tribe, then attack with BLS into the token and directly. So hopefully they don't have an answer. Let's see. Okay, just a pass. So we just attack and then set the Faith. And set the MST. Awesome. This should be over. Checking the graves. Raincon. Not bad. Well, that changes stuff. But they attack, luckily, so we can have a use of the Moth. And if they don't tribute the BLS, this should be absolutely okay. We get the Grace. Let's see if they tribute it off. They're thinking, so... Okay, they have a meta. They have a meta, and we should gut this, I think. They have to meta it away. Definitely. So go into Gatling. We draw into Jar. We definitely hit the Graceful here. Knock, useless. Snatch, Steal, perfect. So get rid of those. Activate. Okay, we activate Duo first to get some informations. That's smart. Didn't think of that right now. Demark, Horus. Alright. Well, I could have tributed off the BLS, but I think mana was the right decision. I'm not sure. But GG anyways. Going into game 2. So I love myself a lightning vortex. I tell you, the last like 5 times I drew this card, it was just coming in clutch. It was crazy. Every time I was like, glad I have it. Glad I have it. Still underplayed, in my opinion. Against decks like these, you are just happy to have it, especially against something like Horus. I know if they have level 8, you can't activate it, of course, obviously. But you want to have stuff that doesn't target, and this is just perfect. You can get rid of of scapegoats, of the whole field. It's just great in a deck with discard fodder. So it have a pretty good start with Graceful and Pot. Let's see what they do. We have a scapegoat. We side it into the Metamorphosis, into the control anti-aggro side. And by the way, since this is pretty long time ago, and I think I had some changes. I had some experiments with Call of the Hornet in Turbo, and I can't really say when this was, but I think at this point we don't have it in the deck. It can be difficult to have the exact deck list in the video description, but I will just have my normal Turbo list, and this should be without Call. So please forgive me if I play Call in one duel and don't have it in the list, but it's just one card difference. It's one. I took one jar out and took one Call in, and from my experience, Call is dead too often in this deck. It can come so good, but after a few matches, I decided, nah. I think it's better if you play a lot of, like, if you have an aggro side, like Blade Knights or more than one Zombiras, stuff like that, or Kaikus. But since I just run like one Kaiku, one Zombira in the side, Call doesn't really get better, so I think I took it out again and leaning more on consistency. So we have a Night Assailant again. I think we are pretty set up with the scapegoats and like the ring. I think that's enough to set here. Maybe they have a decree. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So 3 cards of us are dead, unfortunately. But that's the thing. If they start, they have decree. That's bad for us. They have a knock. Get rid of the Night Assailant. Unfortunate for us, but still got the scapegoats, still got the lightning vortex. So let's see what they do. We definitely activate scapegoats. Just so good against decks like these. So Serpent is okay here. If you draw into meta, this would be good. It's good for lightning vortex. I think we just chill here. We could set the Sinister, to be honest. But I think it's like safer in hand. So another back row from the opponent and another attack going in. Spy. Spy is good here. Thinning out the deck, maybe draw out a knock or so. The attack into the Spy, not in the scapegoats. I think I would have done the same. So, one Spy out of the deck. Tsukiyomi. Metamorphosis would be just crazy here. So 2 Horuses are gone, so I think they maybe play 3, but I think 3 would be too much, so we don't really have to fear the level 8. We could think about like summoning Tsukiyomi and reset the Spy. I don't know if we still have 3 in deck, because usually I side out 1 if I side into control, because 3 is too much most of the time with the scapegoats. It's a weird spot anyways, if you set like a Spy and a scapegoats. So another Brain Con coming down. Maybe 4. Okay, Demok. I think we get back a knock. Okay. Well, that's bad. That's pretty bad. We still got the lightning vortex. We have two darks in grave. So if we draw into chaos and like Thunder Dragon, that would be cool. Unfortunately, another trap. I think we chill one more turn. And then think about activating lightning vortex. Yeah. Still got full life. Maybe they summon something else. Okay, they attack into the last token. Let's see what we draw. BLS. Okay. Unfortunately, no light. So I think, well, we don't really have any kind of pressure, any kind of play, since the decree is pretty bad for us. So I think, yeah, we still wait. I don't want to waste the Tsukiyomi, and I don't want to kind of waste the lightning vortex against the Demok. We can take another hit if we go into like TD. This would be awesome. Sorcerer. So now we can think about activating lightning vortex, discard the BLS to have a light, and then summon Sorcerer. Then we can think about like banishing. Yeah. Banishing the Demok and then summon Tsukiyomi and attack. I think that would be the play. Where's my head? Of course we don't banish the Demok because we destroyed it with the lightning vortex. Of course Demok gets banished, not destroyed. And here we reset the Sork. Snatch Steal is still in the game, so it's unusual that they played Knock, but I think maybe you can side it. Maybe that's common, I'm not sure. So we both didn't see the banished Demok, but I think that's fine. Why didn't I flip up the Why didn't I flip up the Sork? Maybe to avoid the Snatch. Okay, here it goes. True Nate. That mostly is not a good sign. Or they have maybe some traps they want to use. So maybe they so maybe we can have like a chain with a Raigeki break against a decree to avoid it. That would be great. We have a breaker. I think we flip summon Sork first. In case they have like anything, like a torrential. We banish one of the tokens. And I think we should play the breaker and get aggressive. Okay, we decided for a Tsuk. Attack. Another scapegoat, okay. Yeah, of course we keep the breaker for a decree. So now yeah, we decided to set the Saku and the ring. If they don't kill us this turn, this breaker can be absolutely amazing. I think we didn't set all because not really necessary. I don't want to run into a storm. I really wonder what that stuff is. 2 scapegoats are out. Maybe it's another knock. Nah, I would have used it, I think. Maybe some bait metas or so. Here, I think we flip summon Sork, banish one of the tokens, then summon Breaker. Get rid of the Decree. And then attack. No, of course, we flip summon Sork, banish one of the tokens, summon Breaker, attack into the tokens, and then destroy the Decree. We decided to use Tsukiyomi. Maybe we wanted to Still got the traps shut down, I don't know. But I think the breaker play would have been better. Because we really want to have a use of the traps. So another scapegoat. Really trying to get through. Well, I think that's an easy 6. Yeah, we don't want to have Jinso, Fusilier, unfortunately. Yeah, I think the breaker play would have been way better, because now we just need a defense. Maybe they attack into the Sangan to get some damage in, I don't know. Yeah, of course they attack over the Sork. So we draw into scapegoats. This can be good later. I think now breaker is the play, definitely. I think we attack over the tokens first. This should be the order we should do. Another decree. You are kidding me. Well. We can only attack into a token, or we decided to keep the field blocked. I think that's better in this situation. We could wait for like tribe. We still got the MST. I think that's like the only other out against the decree. Tough spot. Tough spot. So they attack over the breaker, of course. No light engrave. We could crash the Sangan to have a surge or so, but I think we just wait. Drawing into pot, which is good. Graceful, very good. Storm, kind of good here. I think we could even wait with the graceful for like TDs. Let them attack into the scapegoats, into the Sangan. Get them attack more, like one more turn, to have more space with the scapegoats, and then have the storm, then have like lethal and big push. I think that's better than just hitting the graceful now. Really had to think here, because you have to make the decision. Storm wouldn't be so good here because we don't have any pressure. That would be a waste. And with the scapegoats and the Sangan, I think we really should chill. Yeah, perfect. Glad we did this. So, tough spot. They definitely have to think also. Give myself a good old Capri Sun. So another set card. Hopefully they attack into the Sangan. They do. Perfect. So we can search out the Serpent or Moth. Yeah. We really need a light. Karibo. Alright. Still no meta. Still no metamorphosis. So we didn't activate scapegoats in end phase. But I think it's not necessary here. You could set Moth, or we activate Graceful now. Tough spot. Usually we should wait. There are 12 cards, so everything looks good for us. And we're not in a hurry. We can have a loop with the Tsukiyomi, this would be good. Okay, we activated Storm now. Maybe we don't even chain the scapegoats. I don't know. Yeah, we chained the scapegoats, alright. But why did we do it now? Well, at least now we can have a use of the traps. Torrential is not the best here, but okay. Well, the thing is, if they attack onto the Moth and everything, we could have a big push with the Torrential. Or like here. We don't care about the Moth resolving. Well, didn't see that with the Torrential. This is actually pretty cool. Okay, we decided not to activate it. I don't know if that is right here. But maybe we wanted to wait for like another decree. Wanted to wait for like serpent and then just summon it. I don't like the decision not to activate torrential. I don't know what I was thinking here. Well, we have the MST against the decree, and of course we have the Tsukiyomi against the tear. That's fine. Now we have the Light Engrave for future chaos monsters. Still got... Okay, we just have... Okay. We just have one Sork left, and Sinister is banished. Didn't see that. So, everything is kind of relying on the last Sorcerer. So MST against the finally last decree, hopefully. But they can't chain anything. So, well, let's see what they do now. They really have to push at any time, and we can have a use of the torrential. Of course, Jinsu would be bad. Like the fourth Royal Decree. But I think they still have Storm if they play it, but they should play it if they have Truenates. So I didn't want to overextend the back row. Man, this is just game 2, right? They attack into another token. We have card destruction. I think now we should activate the Graceful. It's crazy that we still didn't draw Thunder Dragon. But we are really patient here. I think the Raigeki Break is fine. We don't really want to activate card destruction, I think. Or, now I see 9 cards in hand. Maybe we just wait to have lethal with the card destruction. That would be so rude, but they have 6 cards in hand now, so like 2 or 3 more turns and we just win with the card D. And if we go all in on the defense route, this should be fine. We have the Scapegoats, we have the Torrential, Mirror Force. I think that's the play. Sneak a win with the card D. And we are like 5 cards up in deck, so that should be fine to play something like the Koichi. Another Metamorphosis. Here we could think about Torrential, but I think it's fine. Raigeki Break. Think Kuribo, yeah. Yeah, we're in a good spot. They attack into the Dekoichi. We draw a card, Metamorphosis, that's good, so we can even stall more. And sneak out a win even easier. Could also be aggressive. I don't think they play many traps. If they even play traps, I don't know. But I'm getting Tear out for sure. So 2800 Tear, love to see it. Attack into the token. So opponent is now... Yeah, we set the Raigeki Break. Opponent is now at 7 cards in deck and 6 cards in hand, so 2 turns more. And they just lose if they don't minimize their hand cards. So let's see. Perfect. Upstart. I don't think we even activate it here. We just attack into the token. That's fine. So now they have 7 cards. Maybe they play out 1, keep the rest in hand, and next turn, like our The turn after next turn, we just win with the card D. So I think we summon Tsukiyomi to suck in the Setmon to avoid anything problematic here. It's a Cyberstein. Okay. Well, they could have had a use of it. They would have summoned like... I don't know, Gatling Dragon or so. So card D here. They discard 6. They only have 6, so they will lose next turn. GG. GG. I'm glad I saw the play also here. Would have been a cool surprise factor, like, oh my god, I didn't see that. But very cool match against Machine Gate. Really liked the plays. I would have done some stuff different with the torrential, but maybe if I would have done this, we wouldn't be in that game state with the card destruction. So really cool. Happens not so often that you win with a card D, but did it here. Awesome. So that was match number 1. Let's get into match number 2. So this is actually like a double match. I remember that because I think it was a cool opponent, pretty experienced, 10,000 experience, pretty high, and a fan. Wow, cool. Welcome to the video. Totally forgot about that. It's such an honor that people recognize you and like appreciate the channel. It's just amazing. Thank you all for that. Wouldn't be everything wouldn't be like that without you. So big thank you to everyone. So this is a double match. I remember that because we had like, I think they offered a rematch after the first one. So enjoy double match against Raselga 06. They said monster and 2 back rows. We draw into, or we have Thunder Dragon. Don't really saw what we were drawing into. I think we use Knock first to see what it is, and then set, and then like decide what to set. Desert Sunlight. Alright, I remember that was a pretty cool control deck, I think. Creature swap. This is such a cool card against like Knock, and to like for sure resolve like a Moth or so. I don't know if you could play this in Turbo. But Turbo is like so good because of the consistency. So every time you like change the consistent cards, it's more fun, it's more spicy, but I don't know. So we draw into another upstart and then into duo. Hitting D-Mark, unfortunately. So if they have a Prima or anything to get it back from grave, this would be pretty bad for us. Let's see. We set the jar and chill. So knock. Could be worse. I'd rather keep the spy than the Dekoichi. This does the job the same way, kind of thins out the deck. Hopefully they are not on decree, but chances are high that they are. We don't have to set the Book of Moon. Can keep it for something later. I think they still got duo. We didn't resolve the jar. I think we wanted to wait till Spy is resolved. Now I wished I would have set the book. And now I think, why didn't we set it? We play against control. Of course we need the Book of Moon. That was just bad. That was just bad. So the tribute off for Parshath. Really cool choices here. Looks like a very old school control deck. I don't know if you played Desert Sunlight back in the days. If you know it, please let me know in the comments. Please make sure to like the video. Helps me a lot. Jar of Greed. So Tsukiyomi is is okay here. Unfortunately, we don't really have an answer against the Parshav. We could set the Tsukiyomi and set the book and the MST. If they attack, we could book it and then run it over with the tributed Thunder Dragon. That's a lot of cards to invest, but I think the only thing we can do here, and we really have to avoid another plus from the Parshav, so depending on what we draw, this should be the play. Sorcerer is live, so I think first we summon Sorcerer to try to get over the Parshav, and then maybe reset it with the Tsukiyomi. They already used one Nobleman, so we could also do the Thunder Dragon play and keep the Sork for an answer. Now they can't chain Scapegoats because they have two monsters. Really like the MST here. So now we have kind of a free field. We can also do like play both. We are so behind. But yeah, I think that's better. Reset the Sorcerer. Wanted to say Sorcerer and Sork in one go. So let's see if they have another knock. Or a Pot of Greed. Merchant. Mirror Force. Good that we know that it's Mirror Force. That always kind of creates weird game states sometimes if you know they have a Morphing Jar, if you know they have a Mirror Force. So interesting. So BLS is coming down. Okay, Sorcerer. So this is more like Chaos control, not normal Goat control. So unfortunately they get rid of the Sorcerer. With Sorcerer, set a monster, and this looks just bad for us. Definitely setting the Night Assailant, but this is over. They have a Moth. Already saw that from the stats. I think they get back maybe Knock or Metamorphosis. Creature swap even. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yep. And the Reaper. That is so over. Is there any chance for us? Maybe if we draw like Mirror Force. They even hit the Tsukiyomi. We summon the Breaker to get some information from the set card. Okay, it was the Mirror Force. Let's like... Yeah. Yeah, that's what, like, if I would have set that book, I think this would have made a huge, huge difference. Yeah. It's a good mix of my dumbness and maybe a bit luck. True that. Well, they had game 1. Let's see. Decided Kaiku. And I think like a mind control. So here I think we just set the Spy and the Ring. Won't forget this time to set the Tear out, so... 2 set cards from the opponent. I think here we can be aggressive with the Spies. We don't care so much if we lose them. And then we could set the Serpent. They seem to not have a knock. I wouldn't set the Magician of Faith, I think. Oh yeah, I really like that. I decided to set the Kaiko as a bait for like mind controls, stuff like that. Maybe a creature swap. Well, creature swap wouldn't be that good, but I love playing baits. Especially like after game 1, when they sided in like maybe mind controls and such. They have a Graceful with a Serpent. Discarding D-Mark. Well, we still got the ring. Prima. Very unfortunate. Getting back the Grace. Let's see if they wait to activate it. I think I would wait. Yeah. So, that's an easy ring. Maybe they have Decree. They have. Yeah, I forgot to banish. Well, we have the Tribe. Could be worse. Well, they have Tsukiyomi. That is bad. But we have a knock, so we can... we have 2 knocks. So we can get rid of the D-Mok for sure. Flip summon Kaiku. Knock. Get in. Hopefully this gets through. Unfortunately, they have scapegoats, of course. And now we can summon Tribe and get rid of the tokens. Or we attack. I think I would have... Yeah, I think I would summon Tribe and get rid of the tokens. We have the Serpent. Or we wait to see what they do. Okay, we set the Faith. There comes the Grace. Discarding Serp and Merchant. Soul Exchange. Crazy. Or Zaborg. Damn. Well, no battle phase this turn. Glad I kept the Tribe. I think I say that so often, so I really should always wait with the Tribe. We even have the Sorcerer, but I think Tribe is better here, or maybe both. They don't have a Dark, so I think we could commit even the Sork. With the Nog, there shouldn't be so many punishes. Okay, we decided to chill. Maybe it's better to keep the Sork in hand as an answer to whatever next turn. So they could like crash with the Dark to get it in grave and then do something with Chaos Monsters. So maybe you should wait. There comes a Tear. So now at least we have an answer against the Tear with the Sork and avoid a Dark in grave. So again, glad I waited with the Sorcerer. Now we can get rid of the Tear. Avoid a Dark in grave. And I think then we set the Faith past the turn. Yeah, we can set the knock. We can recycle it anyways with the Morph if they don't knock it. And it's fine. Yeah, I wanted to play around duo. Let's see what they do now. They can't summon Chaos. They also can't like crash into our monster. If they have another meta, this would be bad. They have a knock. So all faith is gone. Yeah, they had really many answers against like our plays. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything against the set monsters, so I think we just attack. Not more we can do here. They get back, I think, maybe Graceful or Meta, yeah. And face Scapegoats, looking bad. Yep. Tear's coming down. At least we have the Serpent to have like a infinite loop of defense because they can just attack with the Tear. They still don't have a Dark, and since this is Chaos control, this is an advantage for us. I think end phase MST. I don't know if we end phase MST or wait to get rid of the Decree. Unfortunately, we hit Dead Shoot. Definitely activate Duo here. We hit the Tsukiyomi. That was amazing. That was an amazing hit. I don't care about the Serpent. With the Tsukiyomi, they would have had the loop and could do damage every turn. Book of Moon. It's not so bad. Classic control game state. So if we like draw into Storm, this could be good. But we definitely wait till we have like BLS or any pressure. Right now we just chill. Unfortunately, they have another knock. I think we use Book of Moon here because without a monster from our side, they can't really do anything. They have Mystic Walk. That is spicy. That is spicy. So they gain 2300. Get rid of their own Tear. Set a card, and we... Yeah, we definitely activate Storm here, I think. Another Dead Dust Shoot. I think it's interesting that they play Decrease and still play Dust Shoots. Misplayed again, GG. Ah, okay. I was so confused about my own confusion. So, flip Night Assailant. Unfortunately, it's a Serpent. They have a ring even against the Breaker. Answers over answers. We attack into a token. Nothing really more we can do here. I think they still... they have a Dark now. Even 2, so... This match was just... well, it doesn't feel so bad right now when I watch it, but I think when I played it, I made many bad decisions. Okay, I kind of offered the rematch. Even Jinzo now, so this is more than over. Yep. GG. 2-0 from Reselga06. Going into match number 2. Really cool. So they start. I need control, yeah. I kind of like to play it. Like, every time like I put in a control side or a control package, decks are more fun for me, so maybe I'm just a control player. Like, the longer I play Yu-Gi-Oh, the more I like control to play it. In the beginning, like I said, I just played Earth Aggro like for a year. Then I realized, hey, there's more to play than just one deck. So we found Thunder Dragon, very good. Tsukiyomi can be very huge later. I don't know if they main Decree, so hopefully not. We set the Torrential and the Jar, and keep Mirrorforce in hand, of course. Another Merchant. Discarding Sorg, and Add scapegoat to hand. Pretty early metamorphosis. I think this is an easy torrential. Hopefully they don't have a decree. Okay, we decided not to use torrential again, like last match against King Mar. Well, we have the Tsukiyomi against the Tear. We pot first. Regeki break. I think I want to wait with the jar to see if they have like decree, or maybe activate it now. I don't know. Okay, we decided to wait. I think that's not bad because we really want to have a use of the torrential, and we can just wait till they summon more. They can't do anything. Really like that. Really like that. Didn't see it right now, but that makes total sense. Of course, if they like tribute for Jinso or so, this wouldn't be so good. But I think we just chill. I think we can set the MST. Or even set the Tsukiyomi to get a Dark Engrave with the Torrential. I don't know. Jar. Into Upstart. Into Sangan. Well, this is perfect for a Summon Chain Torrential. Okay, we decided to set it. And set the MST. That's fine too. Get out a knock maybe. Desert Sunlight. Damn. Well, if they would have chained Desert Sunlight to the Torrential, the effects would have been activated, I think. Well, it could be worse. So they draw first and then use Merchant. Duo. Really like the plays from the opponent. Super cool. Super cool. So Duo, hopefully they hit a Thunder Dragon. Now we could think about discarding rather Mirror Force. Either Mirror Force or Tsukiyomi, but I think Tsukiyomi is way too important here. Oh, or another TD. Didn't see that right now. We still got the Torrential. Hopefully not Jinso. It's a Borg. Perfect. Easy. Awesome. So, now we have Light Dark set up. I think we get into maybe Serpent. Yeah, that makes Regeki Break better. I think 2 back rows. Yeah, MST. And we could think about using Regeki Break in end phase, but now we will summon Sorcerer. I'm glad we hit the Scapegoats in end phase. Or we just set them off and wait with the Sorcerer or the Night Assailant. Yeah, I think setting Night Assailant is better. We still have the Regeki Break, and we just wait what they do. They set a monster. We have a Snatch. So, perfect. We can have a Night Assailant loop here with the Tsukiyomi. It's a Serpent. Summon Tsukiyomi, get in. It gets through. Very cool. And I think that's the play we do. I decided to set the Mirror Force. Seems like they have maybe an MST. Yeah. That's fine. Wish they hit the Regeki Break since it's chainable, but I think Regeki Break can be better against like a Tear. So that's better here. Alright. Same outcome. I think we hit a set card. Yeah, because we have the Night Assailant anyways. Of course, our loop is gone then, but I don't care so much. They have a Pot of Greed. We hit a Desert Sunlight, so they play even more than one. That's spicy. You're a Spice Lord, Roselga. Or R. Selga. I don't know. Attacking into the Night Ass. Popping the Breaker. Now we come closer to a... Yeah, Sorcerer play. That's perfect. If you have a BLS and a Sorcerer, you can just summon the Sorcerer, see what they do if they have Torrential or whatever. You just summon out BLS after it. That's so huge. So, Sorcerer coming down. See if it's okay. We attack. They have Scapegoats, unfortunately. I hate that card so much. It feels like climbing a mountain and you just like slip and like slip down a few meters and have to go up again. It's such a bad feeling. Here we should definitely set them off to have a Tsukuyomi loop. We don't care if the Sorcerer gets like snatched or so. It's not so bad. We still have 8,000 life points. Okay, we decided to set the Serpent. Maybe to bait out a mind control or so. They didn't show any mind controls last match. So let's see. There comes the Snatch. Tribute for Parshath. Alright. Yeah. I was thinking, I was saying like, I really like the way their deck gains card advantage with the Desert Sunlight, with the Parshath. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But now that Snatch Seal is just crazy. So I think we snatched the Air Knight and then took it down and have infinite pluses. Maybe they have a book. What could they have? I don't know. We are not greedy. We attack first. All right, perfect. So now we can set the Faith or the Koichi. That's fine too. I think it's always better to first play the not so important flip monster, especially if the opponent has a BLS. So now we can make some pushes. Mirrorforce is gone, Torrential is still in the game, but I think we have to summon the BLS. If they have Torrential, this would be fine. This is one of the call versions. So maybe we can have a cool call play. So now we set the Faith. And maybe, yeah, the call. Enemy controller. That's so cool. That's so cool. So unfortunately, BLS is banished now. But we still have the Sork to get back. And I think we should even do that in end phase because we can play around Torrential and we don't fear Mirror Force since it's gone. So that was like one of the first testings, I think, with the call. Going to upstart. We already had the Thunder Dragons. Banishing one Scapegoat. First, of course, then maybe flip them off to get back Pod, I think. Second BLS. So, yeah, I think we're going to Pod MST. Alright. So, MST, another Scapegoat that they can't chain. Pretty cool. So now activating Upstart into Tribe. So we can't do anything about the stat card, unfortunately, but we can summon Tsukiyomi. Well, I think, okay. I was wondering why we didn't summon Tsukiyomi first to reset the sorcerer, but we decided to reset them off, which is way better here. I think they have to interrupt the Tsukiyomi morph loop, so they flip up Sangan and attack. We get back Pot of Greed. I was just thinking if we should get back like MST, but I think Pot is better here. Delinquent Duo is super dead. They have a ring against the Sorcerer, unfortunately. Well, in late game, Call can be so good. But most of the time I drew it like turn 1 and you don't really want to see it. But now definitely hitting the pot into Sorcerer. Their BLS is gone, so we don't have to fear it. And one Sorcerer is already in grave, and I don't think they play more. So, I think Sorcerer banishing Sangan. And maybe... I think we should know that this is Serpent. Not sure right now. So banishing the Sangan, and I think Deckout is my last resort. Awesome. We could summon Tsukiyomi and attack over the monster, but yeah, I wanted to have field presence. And I think we can set the Delinquent Duo or keep it in hand to have better discard fodder. Or the card D maybe. We decided to set the card D. Of course they get the Serpent back. Set a monster. Use creature swap. Alright. They just have it. But yeah, it's not so good in this situation. So now we can banish the tribe. Then summon Tsukiyomi, attack with both. Get some damage in. We have a knock against the Serpent next turn. Pretty cool. This should be over. Don't even use or don't even need the card destruction. They have so much luck, or they have so good draws, this should be meta. Alright, GG. This is so long. That's what she said. So, going into game number 2 of match number 2. Yeah, we were talking about the TT. Really like that. Super huge TT last game. So, we have 2 mind controls in hand. Usually I don't like playing mind control so early, because mostly it's not like a morph, or even if it was a morph, you don't have many targets, you name it. Drawing into Book of Moon. We set the Koichi, and I think we could even bait set a mind control, but definitely set the Book of Moon this time. Discard Thunder Dragon. I think nothing more to do here. Tsukiyomi already in hand, so this can be pretty good. Breaker, we chain the book. Wished it was for a tear or something, but fine like that. Morph can be good too. I think we flip the Koichi and see what we draw first. BLS. Well, this is a situation where you can think about being super aggressive since it's so early. Could think about like tribute the Koichi for Thunder Dragon, summon BLS and swing, but I think this would be too risky and too greedy. So we attack with the Koichi, and I think reset it with the Zug or set the Faith. We decided, let's have a loop with the Dekoichi, that's fine. We set a Mind Control because we really don't want to, like, discard it. MST, that's fine. We got 2 Mind Controls anyways. And now they think maybe, okay, they don't have a Mind Control anymore. That's a weird play. Prima back the Breaker. Maybe they want to... Okay, they want to interrupt the loop again. Or maybe they wanted to have a Tribute monster. Or like a Tribute for the Tribute monster. So they have a Tsukiyomi to like detach the Breaker from the Premature Burial. I think we drew into Ring. With the Ring, we can really be aggressive here, maybe. To have game. With the Ring on the BLS. Or we summon BLS. Banish, summon Tsukiyomi. And attack. Really thinking here. Yeah. We decided to go the aggressive route. And we avoid any darks in their graveyard. So, attacking with the Tsukiyomi, it goes through. Pretty cool. We definitely set the Ring. And I think that's it. Pass the turn. It is risky because Knock is still there. Maybe they have a Mind Control. Maybe they have a Metamorphosis with a Serpent or whatever. But in this situation, that was worth it for me to take the risk. Good for us. They don't have anything like that. I think we flip summon BLS. Summon maybe Sangan. Yep. And go in. Mirror Force. Mirror Force. That's fine. We have a search from the Sangan. But I think we definitely wait with the card D. We just set the card destruction past the turn. So Mirror Force is out. They set a monster. Graceful. Very cool. So this Graceful is coming down immediately. We draw into Pot, Torrential, and Breaker. This looks good. So definitely discarding Serpent. And a TD, I think. Yeah, we have a Dark Engrave already. Pot of Greed. Delinquent Duo. Got everything. So last match they kind of had like all answers, and this match we draw pretty good. Hitting Demok again. So I think we can activate Upstart here. Yeah, I say here, like, with all these possibilities, I mostly fuck up because I can't handle all these, like, possibilities and make maybe some bad decisions, and that's something I really have to learn still when I play, like, Turbo and have the Turbo as backed and have so many cards. Sometimes it's very hard what to use or when you use it. So activating Upstart into Spy doesn't do so much here. But I think it's worth setting it. So also set the Torrential. They still got the Storm. Would be huge here. They tribute into the Borg, and I think we chain Torrential. Since the Spy would be gone anyways, that's good. Get back the Serp. I think here we summon Breaker, or we set the Moth. I think setting Moth is better. We still got 2 Sorcerers in deck. They didn't use any scapegoats, so I think Breaker would be kind of a waste here. They also got Ring, so we set them off. And now they have a mind control. You are kidding me. We could think about Regeki break our own Moth. Yeah, I think that's sad, but better have it engraved than have them resolve it. And maybe now we can have a use of our mind control, because did we see Serpent from them? I don't think so. So I think, yep, mind control here, pretty good. Desert Sunlight, pretty good. This could be a side option for anything. That's pretty cool. So now we have a kind of dead Moth. But we can even took down this Moth and flip it up again. And oh, I like that. Get back duo to rip their pot they just recycled, and a Sork. Damn. That was huge. That was huge. So attack with the Tsukiyomi. I think we set the MST. Still got the ring. Still got the card destruction. So yeah. So Torrential's gone now too, because we hit it in end phase with the MST. Still no scapegoats. That's crazy. So we draw into Sorcerer. I think that's an easy Summon Breaker, pop the back row, start to be aggressive, play. Should be Scapegoat, right? Yeah, knew it. I just knew it. Tribe is still in deck, but we just attack. And again, wait with the Sorcerer. Here we did a mistake and normal summon Sinister to get rid of the tokens, but can't normal summon twice. So another set card, could be another Scapegoat. Lightning Vortex. I wished we could get rid of the back row first. But yeah, here we should definitely summon Sorcerer, summon Tsukiyomi, and get in. We don't have to fear anything, and if this is Scapegoat, cool. Call. Okay, I think they call back maybe Demok. This one is huge. Get back pod. We have Ring, and this should be GG. Nice. Very, very cool. Very cool. 2 matches. First match, 2-0 from Rizelga. Second match, 2-0 from our side. Really cool, really even. Very, very cool plays. Very cool deck from the opponent. So, yeah, that was a very, very interesting double match. I think the first double match we have on a channel. Not sure right now. But this is definitely a wrap on this week's Turbo Tuesday. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Should we leave Call in the deck? Do you have some experiences with Call in Turbo? And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Cornstruct signing out. I wish you all a good week. See you next episode.